What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be working on the ZL1, getting everything wrapped up and finished up, and hopefully before the end of this video we're going to be starting this car up for the first time with its new setup. So if you guys haven't seen the last few videos, we got this blower sent off to Kong Performance and Kong ported the entire blower. It turned out looking amazing. We got a new pulley put on the front up here. We got a new throttle body, which I've already gone ahead and put our coupler on for our intake that we're going to be installing here shortly. And we also got a catch can under here. This morning I came in here and I started routing up our lines for the catch can and put all the fittings in because they were missing when we ordered it. But now you see that we've got everything fitted up and it all looks really nice. So anyway, long story short, we're going to finish installing this intake today. Got a nice little rotofab intake that we're going to get put on the car. Once I get this intake finished up, I got to route our wideband, and once our wideband is connected and ready to go, we are ready to freaking flash the first base map onto this car and get it started up. So I want to give a huge thanks to CSP, Complete Street Performance. They're helping us out by getting this thing tuned. They are like literally probably one of the best Camaro shops that I know of, Chevy shops, to get tuning work and performance work done. So make sure you guys go hit them up. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive straight in. Couldn't even make this up. One of the steps on the install for this is to literally just remove these two bolts. Gotta remove that bolt and gotta remove this bolt. That is quite interesting. I've never had an intake install tell me to remove two bolts out of the hood. I mean, I know why. It's because it's gonna have probably really no clearance in there at all. It's probably gonna be really tight, but still pretty funny. All right, guys, we got our map housing, we got our heat shield. We'll go ahead and get this thing slid in real quick, get all of our bolts put in, and then after that, we'll go ahead and get started installing everything on the car. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll slide on one of these clamps and our coupler right here onto our map housing. Now our intake box is pretty much finished up, so I'm gonna go ahead and set this in the car, get it installed over here. So now we've got our little 90, our elbow here, and we could take that and get it installed. But first, there is a fitting on the bottom of here, which is for this PCV vent. And so I need to hook up this fitting, get it threaded in, tightened down. I got this little contraption here. Got some clamps. We'll go ahead and thread this into the bottom. Okay, and now for the hard part. Got it all fit into place just about how it goes. Got our PCV connected down here. Very nice. Got it routed away from the belt as best as I can. Next up, I need to tighten down and install the rest of our clamps. I'm an idiot and forgot to put them on here before I put everything on, like I should have, but I'm gonna go ahead and back all these off and get them all put on properly. Dude, this is looking good. Ooh, this is looking so good so far. Getting our rubber trim placed along here, that way our hood doesn't get scraped up from any contact or anything like that. Yeah, this is gonna look so good. Oh my god, dude. Hell yes. Oh my goodness, the engine bay is looking awesome. This is my first time getting to see it almost wrapped up now. And man, it's looking good. This has honestly been a pretty good bit of work. I didn't know it was gonna be this much. Not just the intake, but just like this whole job. Last thing left to do is swap over our MAF sensor from our old intake box here and get it swapped over under a new one. All right, MAF sensor going in. All right, guys. There we have it. We've got a freaking completed, installed, ported blower, new throttle body, and an intake, and a catch can. We've now got our full exhaust and headers. About to get done with our wideband install here in a second. We got our upgraded coolant reservoir for our supercharger, so that way we can bleed it a lot easier. Everything, like literally every single bit of this is coming together so nicely. Now that we've finished up under the hood, we got everything pretty much buttoned up. We're gonna go to the inside of the car now, where last video I told you guys I had routed our O2 wideband wiring harness here and I ran it into the car. And so next up, I need to pick up from here and get started finishing up our wideband install. So the plan is this gauge pod here actually goes where this defroster vent is. This new vent is literally just going to replace it. We're gonna run some wires down, and then somehow we're going to connect all of this. I'm not sure exactly how. I haven't done one of these in these cars before, but we're gonna figure it out. I know the first step is that we need to pop this trim back and let it sit here. Let's get this side trim popped out as well. And that'll give us a little bit more access to our defroster tube, which is right here. This is kind of hard to see, but this is what we're gonna be punching a hole into that leads up to our defroster up here. And we're actually gonna drill a hole in the bottom of this and run our wires for our gauge up into it. And so I'll show you guys how here in just a second. All right, we got our stock defroster vent out of the way. I just drilled a tiny hole through our AC duct up here. And now, which is probably like really impossible to see with the reflection and everything, but I'm feeding the wires down through that AC duct down there, which now are coming out right here. Gauge pod is slid down, so our gauge is now gonna fit just about like that, which is pretty sick. Okay, so now that we got these wires ran down, I've got to find somewhere under the hood, I believe, that I can find a switch 12-volt power source. I'm gonna find a few different things, really.
Many secret patties later.
What is going on, guys? We just got back from lunch. Time to pick up. Let me show you guys what I did right before we left for lunch. So I got all these wires. I say all these wires. I got this ground wire grounded out here. I've got our white wire from our display connected to the yellow wire for the LC, the wideband. You don't even really need to know what that's doing for. It's just a signal wire. I got the signal wire connected. And then I've got to run this power wire here from in here back through our firewall where I ran our original cable. And I've got to run this yellow wire with it as well. The yellow wire is going to run to our headlight power wire because that is what's going to tell our gauge to dim whenever the headlights come on. Also, our red is just main feed power, so we need to run that to a power. I'll probably run it to the fuse box down under the hood with an out of fuse, and we'll get it fused up real nicely. But first, I need to take an estimate of length from the firewall under the hood. Down here would be about 3 feet, 4 feet across, 7 feet. Let's say 3 feet here just to give me a little bit more. That's probably about 10 feet. I'll cut 12 feet. No, I'll cut 10 feet. We'll just cut 10 feet. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Could you go in my toolbox in the top right drawer and grab a tape measure? Me and Jess went and ate lunch, and we just got back, so she's gonna help me work on some stuff for a little bit. Ain't that right? Yeah. Huh? Packing the mail, it's gone. I just signed a deal, I'm on. Yeah. Hey, play if you want, let's do it. Hold it right next to it. Tell me whenever this says 10 feet. Correct. Okay, hold that. Okay, boop. Hold this right here. And now we're gonna make them the same length. Okay, now we're gonna cut this. And now, check this out. We're about to create a custom little loom here. So we're gonna put our wires in the vise like so. Clamp it down a little bit. Now we're gonna stretch these out way over here. Inside of our drill, we're going to tighten down our bit here. And now we're gonna create a wire harness. Cool deal. And now we'll take it out of the vise, and just like that, we've now got 2 wires pretty much married to each other, so we can run 1 wire and it is pretty much running for both. I don't know if that makes any sense. If I'm not making sense, I'm so sorry. I'm just here to work. I'm gonna also get this wire loom here because we don't want to have colored wires just running through the engine bay. So we'll take our wire loom over here and we'll set that over here out of the way. And I'm gonna start running some wires. So like I said a second ago, 1 wire is gonna go down here to our headlight and 1 wire is gonna go down here to our power. And so I'm just gonna go ahead real quickly and tie off our 2 wires down here. Now after that, we'll go ahead and run our wires through this wire loom. So we'll pull this back to about there, and then we'll cut this like so. We'll go grab some electrical tape. I don't see any electrical tape, so I'm gonna just use zip ties. All right, we got our wire loom ran all good. I need to figure out a good place to run this over here. Let me run it through here first and see what I think. I got our power and headlight wire routed out of the way down here, so I'm gonna go ahead and start zip tying stuff just to keep it hidden. We'll spend a good bit of time routing these wires up properly since this car may be making an appearance at SEMA. So I'm gonna try and get this all looking as good as possible. All right guys, I just got done routing our harness. As you can see, we got our red and yellow leads sticking out here. Again, yellow for headlight, red for power. We're gonna hang these out right here. We'll get those wired up in a second. But for now, you can kind of follow this wire loom down through here, tracing back with the original engine harness back to the back of the firewall over there, across over back there, way back behind the engine bay. You can't even hardly see it. And then finally through our sound tube right here where my hand is at with our other wire for the wideband. So now that that is through the firewall over there, we can go under the hood, and the next bit of work that we're going to be doing is going to take place under here. And I'm so sorry in advance if it's hard to see. I'm literally upside down right now under this car, so. All right guys, we got all of our connections nicely secure. I'm gonna tuck all these back in here and get those out of the way. Now next up, before I put our panels and everything back together on the inside, I wanna go under the hood and finish up our power source. That way I can just test it out. I mainly really just wanna test this thing out, make sure it's gonna work. So let's see what I wanna tag into. ECM ignition, let's do that one. F57, 15 amp, correct? 57, 15 amp ECM ignition. Let's try that there. So we've got these like mini fuses here. We've got the smaller, well, these are the minis. I guess these are like low profile minis. Okay, we've got those two styles of fuses, but then this new car, for whatever reason, has like a, I don't even know what these would be called, but they're like really tiny. I've never even seen fuses this small before. I guess this is like a new thing, I don't know. But anyway, the issue is that my ADA circuits, they won't work on here. So I'm gonna have to figure out something else to run power to, which kind of sucks because that was the whole purpose of me putting it all down here, but whatever. All right, since we don't have an ADA fuse that works perfectly yet, I am doing the old-fashioned just stick the wire in the fuse leg ordeal here. Mainly I just want to test this out to make sure it's all working properly. Got our wires temporarily mounted up. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the key on for the ignition and we'll see what happens. Okay, nothing yet. Come watch this gauge real quick. I'm not sure if I've got good enough power to it or not yet. I don't even know if that has power without the engine being running. Press the key again. Hell yeah. Okay, so now gauge is on. It did power on properly, even though I guess that fuse is all-time hot because the ignition's not on, so it's not technically supposed to be on, but it's okay. Okay, so it's solid green, which means that it is calibrated now. So I can go ahead and pull our hot wire off down here and figure out where to put this thing to, since that one's got to be full-time hot. It's off now, right? Okay, cool. All right, turn the key on. Damn, dude, I'm having trouble finding an ignition source. All right, guys, quick update. Everything under the hood is completely finished up. As you guys see, that thing, it just looks amazing under here, honestly. It really does. Other than our battery charger right here, just trickle charging the battery, all of our harnesses and everything are tucked clean and nicely. Everything's fed through the firewall real nicely. Intake, everything under here just looks amazing, man. And then going inside of the car, I've still got a few things to finish putting together. But as you guys see, our gauge pod up there looks really clean. I'm gonna finish buttoning up everything under the dash. You guys can't really see, so it doesn't matter, but I'm gonna finish that up. And then from this point on, I'm waiting nothing else but on Andrew from CSP to send me over the base file. We're gonna flash it onto this car, and then we should be able to give this thing its first start and see how it sounds. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys whenever I get it.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Ooh. I am buying 4 credits right now to flash over our base file that I just got from CSP. This is the first vehicle I've worked on completely on my own in a really long time. We're about to find out if I still got it or if I just completely messed up a lot. Order received, lit. Let's go. All right, we are writing the tune for our Rotofab intake, Nick Williams 103, Kong ported throttle body, full exhaust and headers. Hitting right, it is now writing. Whoa, let's go. I'm a tuner now.
Tuned by Gavin.
T-O-O-N-E-R. I'm your tuner. Wouldn't that be just like a hilarious change of pace if I just stopped doing YouTube and was a tuner from now on?
Oh, it's sucking down the coolant. Is it? Yeah. It's regurgitating. It's sucking it down.
Oh shit, it already.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's popped a few bubbles.
Yo, dude, I'm like actually shaking right now. So far, so good. It actually worked. I feel like way better. I can't even really explain it. I feel way better. It worked, dude. Yes. I need to check for leaks and stuff. I'm tripping.
I was looking. Everything looks good.
No check engine lights, bitch. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Woo! Logging perfect. No check engine light. We don't even have any smoke from anything. It is like running great. AFRs are great. It's idling awesome. Revving awesome. I don't even know. I don't know. There's nothing even to talk about. It's perfect. All right. Off we go. Scanning stopped. Dude. Ah. God, that feels great. It actually worked. I am lit right now only because this car, I told you guys whenever I first got this car and after driving it for about a month or two, this thing is like quickly become my favorite car ever. And we've had this thing down now for like what, 4 weeks?
A month and a half at least.
6 weeks? 7 weeks? I don't know. It's been a really long time that it has been sitting on this freaking lift and I haven't been able to drive it, and it's just been sitting here and I've been waiting on this and waiting on that, waiting on this and waiting on just everything. And everything has been so complicated. But finally, we got it all done. It started up the first try, no hesitation at all, and it sounds freaking intense now. Next up, as you guys are gonna see with this thing, now that we got it started, we got it running, it's ready to go at this point. I guess now would be the best time to let you guys know that every dollar spent on itsjust6.com right now will get you one automatic entry in to win this 2020 wide body Hellcat Challenger. 6-speed manual, only got 4,000 miles on the clock, and it's crazy. It's gonna come with $20,000 in cash. So if you guys want to go win it, click the link down below or visit itsjust6.com right now and go grab some merch, and we'll see you guys next video. Good morning. Back with the ZL1. Today, right now, for the first time, we're about to take this thing off of the lift, get it out on the street, go take it for a drive and see what it's like. We're not gonna be able to do anything yet because we still gotta dyno tune it, but we're gonna work out some drivability stuff in the tune and try to get it to where it's just driving like butter, and then we'll get it done with drivability, put it up on the dyno, and we'll go for making some power. So first off, I need to get this thing started up and let it get up to operating temp. Let me set this camera up and we're gonna go for a freaking really loud cold start. Cold start! So we're gonna go add a channel. We're gonna go down to serial port, innovate, and just like that, our AFR is reading perfectly now. 14.8, 14.8, very nice. So we're recording a log now. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the car out off of the lift. Holy crap, dude, this is so exciting. All right, this is the first drive in this car. Oh my gosh, I forgot what it feels like. This is the first drive in this car in like probably a month and a half, 2 months at least. All right, here it is. Oh, those side markers looking sick. Aye. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. The new tow hook, the new front splitter. Oh my goodness. And we've got some new wheels that we haven't even gotten tires for yet, so I can't put them on yet, but we haven't even finished up the look of this car, and we've got some coilovers coming in. So it's gonna be lowered on new wheels so soon. This thing is pretty sick. Well guys, at this point, take it out on the street, go drive it around and get some driving logs done, and then after that, I guess we'll be strapping it up to the dyno. And the next video you guys are gonna see is gonna be finally dynoing this car, seeing what it makes with all the changes that we've made, and then going and testing it out on the street. Dude, this thing feels good. What were you saying?
It's crazy how like nostalgic the weather feels.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I like life a lot better whenever it's cooler outside.
Yeah, me too. You're not pissed off at the weather.
Yeah, first freaking drive with a ported blower, smaller pulley, intake, full exhaust, headers, and a tune finally. We've had the headers and exhaust on the car for a while, but have never even gotten it tuned.
So what kind of driving do you have to do for the first log?
He just said just drive it around for about 10 minutes, just normal.
Gotcha.
He's just wanting to, I guess, make sure that all drivability is good, which actually, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty impressive how well it's driving.
It feels the exact same.
Yeah, it really does. Like, this feels factory as hell. But reason why is because CSP honestly is probably one of the best ZL1 tuners that I really know of, to be real. Dang, I haven't driven this in so long. Everything feels so different compared to all the other stick cars I've been driving. Damn it. I am pretty lit though about being able to drive this thing again. I'm like, I don't know what I was really expecting because we didn't change up that much with the drivetrain, but I was just expecting this to drive really bad on the tune.
Probably be like really jerky.
Yeah, something. Dude, this car is so easy to drive and I forgot about it. Oh my God. After getting out of the Hellcat, I remember why I love this car. Like, I've been driving the Hellcat around for the last few weeks and it's such a big, heavy boat tank just thing. Whereas this car is just like, so light and nimble and easy to drive. The Hellcat's probably one of the hardest stick cars I've ever had to drive. Floor it! Floor it! I can't believe that this is a bass tune. I feel like we didn't even do anything to the car and I'm just back in it, just driving it. I can hear the intake sucking though, which is interesting. I'm kind of curious if we can close the exhaust valves and hear the,
Hear more,
I want to see if we can hear the blowers. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, if you can hear it under part throttle like that, I bet you it's gonna be crazy under watt. It'll probably be pretty loud. Tuner. You look like a tuner. You look like tuner. I was telling Andrew that yesterday. I was like, you know, it'd be fucking hilarious is if I just stopped doing YouTube and all of a sudden I just became a tuner, but just for like a few people. Just from little mild accelerations, whenever we're getting, I don't know, just like changing through gears and giving it mild acceleration, I could definitely feel a lot more torque.
I feel like we're back in college riding around in the 5th gen. We're just older and fatter.
Yeah. Andrew at CSP, man. That man's got the sauce, I'm telling you. The drivability on a bass tune, like we're backing around in a parking lot and stuff. Dude, this is real shit, the easiest car to drive. Well, we made it, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn the car off. We can stop scanning and then we'll save log file. Dope. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and send over this log of driving to CSP and go get all of that taken care of. The next thing that you guys are gonna see is us putting this car up on the dyno, getting it strapped down, and of course, hopefully later today, making some test hits. But for this video, that is gonna be a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Smash that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you think that this car is gonna make. Do you think it's gonna make over 700 to the wheel? Mind you, it made about 550 before these mods, so that is being really hopeful, but hey, maybe so. So make sure you guys don't miss next video. Subscribe if you haven't already, turn notifications on, and we'll see you guys then.
Here we go again.